Hello? I spoke as I picked up the phone. Hi, it's me. I just wanted to check up and see how things were. How are the kids? It was Mr. Smith doing his check-in like he told me he would do. Everything's going fine. I had put them to bed at 8 just like you wanted. Though your daughter was a little fussy, I managed to calm her down. Good, he exclaimed. There was a long, uncomfortable pause, and then he spoke again in a shaky voice. You remember what I told you, right? He had told me before he left something that I sort of brushed off. It was something about not playing her game. I had just assumed there was a game his daughter liked to play that was dangerous, but everything we did was normal kid stuff, like coloring. Yeah, don't play her game? I answered. Its game, don't play its game, he shouted. Okay, jeez. I don't know what you mean, but fine, I spoke. You better. I wish you luck. I don't want to find another babysitter. I knew better to fall for a stupid joke like that. Ever since I first met Mr. Smith, he came off as a real jokester. Besides, I was a tough guy. I could handle pretty much anything thrown my way. Moments later, one of the children started to cry. Shit, I told myself. Why can't they just stay asleep? I made my way downstairs to the nursery. Only when I entered the room, both children were sound asleep. I could have sworn I heard someone crying. But I had been watching YouTube on my phone and the TV had been on, so it could have been either. I brushed it off and went back downstairs only to hear the same sound minutes later. Knowing that definitely one of them was awake now, I went back to the nursery. Same thing, both passed out. The daughter must have been trying to trick me, so I left and pretended to stomp down the stairs and just waited next to the door to catch her. Just like I thought, she started to cry. Though it seemed very strange. It sounded more clear, but I could tell it almost sounded like someone mimicking a cry. It was on repeat. The same long sob, sniffle, breathe in, and repeat. It was so off-putting I decided to just go back to the living room downstairs because even if it was her, she was just trying to prank me. After a while, it eventually stopped and I breathed a sigh of relief. Sometime later, I thought I heard someone come down the stairs, but I had heard creaks and all sorts of noises the whole time, so I didn't think much of it. The house was pretty old, and it happened often, but it was definitely something to note. About half an hour later, one of my videos had ended, so I decided to check up on them because it was only natural to do so. As I reached the room, I noticed the door was fully open, and the little girl was gone. This girl had been getting on my nerve and I had enough with her games. Where are you? I shouted low enough not to wake the baby. You gotta find me! I heard her respond from somewhere downstairs. With a sigh, I proceeded towards the steps when I was tugged down from behind. In shock, I turned around to see her there with tears rolling down her eyes. Don't go down there. I heard it too, she cried.